Stick with me. Because by the end of this, you are never going to chase anyone the same way again. Here is what most people do when they feel ignored, taken for granted, or pushed to the side. They send one more message. They check the person's profile for the 10th time that day. They rehearse a whole conversation in their head about why they deserve better. They beg, they fight, they block, they unblock, they block again. Sound familiar? And here is the sad part. None of that works. None of it. Because you cannot make someone feel your value by chasing them. When you chase someone, you are literally telling them, without words, I need you more than I need myself. And people treat you the way you teach them to. So if you are always available, always forgiving too fast, always coming back before they even said sorry, you taught them that they can have you anytime, for free, with zero effort. You did not mean to, I know that. But that is what happened. And here is the thing they never taught you in school, never showed you in movies. The moment you stop teaching people that lesson, everything shifts. Think about it like this. You have a phone charger, and every single day someone borrows it, never says thank you, never asks if you need it, just grabs it and uses it like it belongs to them. And you let them, because you are a good person, because you do not want drama, because somewhere inside you, you are hoping that if you keep being generous, they will eventually start to appreciate it, but they do not. They just keep taking. Now imagine one day you stop leaving it out. You just quietly put it away. Suddenly, they notice the charger is gone. Suddenly, they realize they actually needed it. Suddenly, what they ignored becomes something they miss. That is not a charger. That is your energy. That is your time. That is you. And the moment you stop leaving yourself out for everyone to use without gratitude, people start to feel the weight of what they had been taking for free. There is one thing more powerful than any argument, more powerful than any long paragraph you stayed up all night writing, more powerful than blocking someone or making them jealous or doing anything dramatic. It is called quiet power. And it works like this. You stop explaining yourself. You stop chasing them. You stop pouring energy into someone who is not pouring it back. You just pull back, quietly, calmly, without making a big announcement about it. No dramatic speech. No, I am done with you. No blocking and waiting for them to panic. You just redirect your energy back to yourself. And here is what happens on their end that nobody talks about. When someone is used to you always being there, always texting first, always making plans, always being the one who cares more, and then suddenly you are not there, their brain notices. Not right away. First, they feel relieved. Like, okay, cool, no pressure. Then they feel something strange, a little quiet, a little too quiet. Then they start asking themselves, wait, why have I not heard from them? Then they check your page. Then they start remembering all those small moments, all that effort you gave, the way you showed up, the things you did that they never said thank you for. And that is when it hits them, not your words, your absence. See, people do not value what they have until they feel what life looks like without it. That is not a strategy. That is just human nature. And when you stop giving yourself away for free, when you start moving like someone who knows what they are worth, the whole energy changes. Now, here is where most people mess it up. Because when they hear pull back, they think it means cold, mean, petty. Like you have to act like you do not care just to make someone feel bad. That is not it. That is not even close. Quiet power is not about playing games. It is not about making someone suffer. It is not revenge with a pretty name. Quiet power is what happens when you finally decide that your peace matters more than their attention. It is when you stop making yourself small to fit into someone else's comfort zone. It is when you realize that begging someone to treat you right is the same as buying a gift for someone who robbed you. You do not beg for things that should be given freely. You do not fight for a seat at a table that was not built for you. You just get up, quietly, and you go build your own table. That is what quiet power looks like. And here is the beautiful part. When you do this for real, not as a strategy, not to make them miss you, but because you genuinely decided you deserve better, that is when everything changes. Not just with them, with everyone around you. Because energy is real, people feel it. When you walk into a room full of peace, instead of desperation, people notice. When you stop seeking validation and start giving it to yourself, others want to give it to you too. When you stop shrinking, you start attracting. Let me walk you through exactly what happens to that person after you go quiet. Because this is important. You need to understand this so you do not break too early. Stage 1. They feel nothing. This is the part that hurts you the most. Because you pulled back and they just seem fine. Living their life, posting on social media, going out, laughing. And you think, see, they never cared. But wait. Stage 2. They start to wonder. This one comes quietly. Maybe a few days later. Maybe a week. Maybe more. But they start to notice that something feels different. They scroll past your name and you have not messaged. They go to do something and think of telling you and stop. They check if you watched their story. And when you did not, they check again. Stage 3. It hits them. This is the one. This is when they feel the full weight of what they had. Because now, it is not just your absence. It is the comparison. They are comparing how things feel now, quiet, a little empty, to how things felt when you were fully present, fully giving, fully there. And that comparison does something to a person. It makes them miss you, not because they are dramatic, but because now they finally see what they were taking for granted when it was right in front of them. Some people reach out at this stage, some do not. But either way, you have already won. Not because you beat them, but because by the time they reach stage 3, you have already started healing. You have already started growing. You have already started becoming someone even better than who they lost. While all of that is happening on their end, here is what should be happening on yours. You should be building yourself, not to make them jealous, not to show them what they missed on your Instagram, just because you deserve it. Pick up the thing you put down when you were too busy thinking about them. Go back to your goals, your sleep, your friends, your joy. Start waking up and asking yourself, what do I want to do today? Not, have they texted me yet? And I know that sounds easy to say. It is harder to do, especially when someone has been a big part of your days, your thoughts, your habits. Because here is what nobody tells you about moving on. The hardest part is not the big moments. It is not the anniversaries, or the birthdays, or the nights when you are alone and the room feels too quiet. It is the small ones. It is reaching for your phone to tell them something funny that happened. It is hearing a song that takes you right back. It is the random Tuesday afternoon when nothing is wrong, but somehow everything still feels off. Those moments are going to come. And when they do, you do not fight them. You just let them pass, like clouds. You see them, you feel them, and then you keep moving. Because healing is not a straight line. It is not a decision you make once and then it is over. It is 100 small decisions, 100 small moments where you choose yourself again and again and again, until one day you realize you are not choosing yourself out of discipline anymore. You are doing it because it actually feels good, because you actually like who you are becoming. But here is something real that nobody wants to admit. Most of the time, we do not miss the person. We miss the feeling they gave us. We miss feeling chosen, feeling wanted, feeling like we matter to someone. And here is the most powerful thing you can do right now. Start giving those feelings to yourself. Choose yourself first. Show up for yourself the way you showed up for them. Want better for yourself the way you wanted better from them. Because here is the truth. The moment you stop needing someone else to make you feel whole, you become magnetic, not fake confident, not look at me energy. Just whole, complete, quiet, and strong. And that kind of energy, people feel it from miles away. Now I want to say something that might feel a little uncomfortable, but it is important. Sometimes the person who needs to feel this is not someone who hurt you. Sometimes it is you. Sometimes we are so used to seeking approval, so used to needing validation, so used to making others comfortable at the cost of our own peace, that we have become strangers to ourselves. We do not even know what we like anymore, what we want, what makes us feel good when nobody is watching, because we have been so focused outward, and quiet power fixes that too. When you stop spending all your energy managing how others see you, you start seeing yourself clearly. You start hearing your own voice again. You start making choices based on what you actually want, not what will keep the peace, not what will make them stay, not what will make you look unbothered on the outside while you are falling apart inside. Real quiet power is not a move you pull on other people. It is the thing you build inside yourself. It is the deep knowing that you are enough, that your presence is a gift, not a given, that anyone who gets access to your energy should feel lucky, not entitled. And when you truly believe that, you never have to beg again. You never have to